if Indiana shoots the three ball well, then the Knicks are also going to have to shoot the ball extremely well, which they did in the first half, which is why they were hanging around, but just could not get enough stops in that second half. But this is what Indiana does, man. Lose game 3, bounce back game 4.
Fun fact for you guys, Jalen Brunson, 0 fourth quarter points.
Wow.
0. King of New York, clutch player, all that stuff, so freaking adorable.
There's Halliburton's dad. He's got the towel.
He's got the towel.
What a move right there. Are they making him stand all the way up there, though?
Yeah, they're putting him in the press box. He's in the press box with Tyrese's agent.
Ah,
that's crazy. Yeah, Brunson a minus 16 on the floor tonight. Mitchell Robinson minus 20 on the floor. So it's going to be interesting to see what Tibbs does, right? I mean, now that you lost with Robinson in the starting lineup, you played Josh Hart 36 minutes off the bench. He was not great, though. New York fans were not happy with what he was doing. I mean, he gave you 12 points and 11 rebounds. You know, he was minus 1 on the floor, but his passing was terrible. Some of the decision making was not good. That's the Knicks' problem is they don't, they know the 4 guys they want to ride with, but it's that 5th piece. I mean, it's what combination of a guy do they roll with at the end? And obviously Brunson giving you 0 minutes down the stretch. That can't happen.
He didn't score the entire fourth quarter. You said so. Was he just like beat up? I mean, I was trying to pay attention, but doing the show,
I think it was a mixture of he was just beat up, and the Knicks were trying to just play fast with the Pacers, and you can't run with the Pacers. You can't do that. And we saw that early on, and they thought it was working for them, but in the fourth quarter, your legs are going to die, and their legs are going to keep going. You got to slow the game down. You have to play the game at your pace, not theirs.
Yeah.
And they did that in the last game, and that's how they won. Yeah. And I don't know why, but they thought, hey, we can go a little bit deeper. Let's go. Let's play. And that's not how this works, man. Especially when your best player, by the way, scores the basketball very slowly.
Yeah.
He's not a very fast-paced player, so.
That's actually a good call if you like the Knicks. I kind of would probably correlate that with the under. And I do like the under in the game at 222.5, and nobody's going to want to bet the under after what we saw tonight. Like we're at one point that live total was like 250, but the numbers are already flipped. It's not flipped, but it went from 5.5 to 4.5. I think 5.5, everybody's like, all right, I'll grab some Indiana right now, 2 possessions. Because, again, I think the Knicks win, but I would rather bet money line. Right now it's minus 210, though, so if that ain't your thing, maybe just wait on that and see if that number comes down. Because I can see sharp and public money getting involved on the Pacers right now. They look like the better team. That'll wrap up the show. BetMGM tonight. We are back tomorrow night, 7 to 11 p.m. Eastern here on the BetMGM Network.
That's a wrap. Come back for more wagertainment on BetMGM tonight, Monday to Friday.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NC.
The new Sports Radio 910 The Fan now at 105.1 FM.
Your floor's looking old? The solution? 50 Floor, the ultimate flooring experience. Schedule a free in-home consultation and they'll bring hundreds of samples to your home. They have the highest quality hardwood, carpet, laminate, and luxury vinyl with the best warranties in the industry and a best price match guarantee. Make an appointment today, mention promo code PODCAST, and get 50% off your flooring and materials. Save thousands. Call 877-50-FLOOR or visit online at 50floor.com. That's 50floor.com.
Fans, Baby Ruth, the official candy bar of the Cincinnati Reds, is the go-to fan favorite treat before, during, or even after the game. Taste the deliciousness of high-quality dry roasted peanuts, rich caramel, and smooth nougat. There's nothing better than enjoying your favorite game with a classic candy bar. So get your hands on your own Baby Ruth bar today at your local Kroger.
Trading shouldn't have barriers. When Robinhood started, it was built to make trading more accessible. Now, Robinhood offers more sophisticated trading tools. Experience the future of trading on Robinhood Legend, the all-new desktop platform that harnesses intuitive design to deliver a seamless experience for traders. Free to use with a Robinhood account. The future of trading is fast, powerful, and precise. Experience it now on Robinhood Legend. Sign up today. Investing is risky. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC is a registered broker-dealer. Other fees may apply.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown. Never let kids' toys take over the house. And never fill your feed with kid photos. You'd never plan your life around their schedule. Never lick your thumb to clean their face. And you'd never let them leave the house looking like less than their best. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. Never let them stay up too late. And never let them run wild through the grocery store.
Peanuts on aisle 6 and aisle 3.
So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Every moment counts if you're at risk or living with lung cancer. And anyone with lungs can get lung cancer. It causes more cancer deaths than breast, colon, and prostate combined. It can feel like a race against time. And while there may be moments where you question your next step, it's essential to know that you don't have to confront lung cancer alone. Through it all, Go-To for Lung Cancer is here for you. From screening, treatment, and survivorship support to finding the right care close to home, we are your community. As your friends, your guides, your teachers, your advocates, and your support system, Go-To is your go-to. Confronting lung cancer starts here. Visit goto.org today.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
From the Pearson Signature Dealership Studio, this is the new Sports Radio 910 The Fan. Now at 105.1 FM, WRNL Richmond and WRVQ HD2 Richmond. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Good evening, everybody. I am Bart Winkler. Welcome to the Bart Winkler Show. Alongside myself is Carlos Ortiz, Marco Belletti on the updates. And, of course, room for you at 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. The Indiana Pacers have done it. Not just won Game 4 to go up 3-1, but they have played in such a way that it has shut me up. For if I complain about the Indiana Pacers now, I will come off as nothing besides petty. I cannot do it. I cannot legitimately, with a straight face, complain about the Pacers anymore. I think my reasoning was valid at the beginning of the complaining. It was a team last year that played my team, the Milwaukee Bucks, and they beat them in the first round, and the Bucks were injured, and the Pacers acted like they were legend killers or something. It's like, okay, calm down. Giannis is not even playing. Then they beat the Knicks last year, and the Knicks were dropping like flies. And then they played the Celtics and got swept. This year, kind of under the radar a little bit. They were the 4th seed, but they weren't like a major storyline in the NBA really at any time of the year, and kind of again under the radar. Face the Bucks, beat them. Okay, are you banged up? A little banged up? Yeah, Dame's hurt. Yeah, okay. Then you take on the Cavs. Well, the Cavs are missing Garland for a couple games, but geez, man, the Cavs, they really got outplayed. I mean, the Pacers really did outplay the Cavs. They really did. The Knicks, they're fully healthy from the jump. I know Karl Anthony Towns kept banging his knee into guys tonight, but this is a healthy series. The Pacers aren't up 3-1 after a 130-121 victory tonight because the Knicks are hurt. The Pacers are up 3-1 because they are better than the New York Knicks. They just are. If you want to say that there's some players on the Knicks that are better than some players on the Pacers, you can. But the Pacers are a better team. And once again, I will say it. They answer punches and block momentum better than any team I've ever seen. Even when the Knicks were trying to charge back there in the 4th. Siakam, 3. Can't do anything about it. They make their shots. This is a make or miss league. Okay? They make their shots. Knicks shot 46%. Well, that's pretty good. Pacers shot 51%. Ah, jeez. I mean, you can't beat them. They get the big timely rebounds. They get the big timely putbacks. They do everything at the right time. When they gotta have it, they get it. Even when they've been playing teams that are hurt, and you think, well, if they were at full strength, they would be beating the Pacers. It's the same kind of thing. They won those games not by trampling teams by 20, 25 points. They won them by playing gritty games where they found a way to win each and every time. And it almost seems like with each game, their confidence grew with each series. And we're talking the last 2 years of Pacers basketball. It seems like with each series, no matter who they had in front of them, even if I say, no, it was not a worthy opponent, you do not get to celebrate a certain way because the teams were hurt. It clearly helped them. All right? This was a team that Rick Carlisle took them over in 2021, 25 wins. The next year, they add 10 wins. The next year, they make the playoffs with 47 wins. Now they're at 50. They're getting better and better. He was the absolute right coach for this team. If you watch some of the breakdown, plenty of people do it on defensive scheming and what they're trying to exploit. The Knicks are playing into their hands more often than not. And then there's a guy named Tyrese Halliburton, who the league is only themselves to blame. Because when an anonymous survey was given out throughout the league, players could write any player's name that they wanted atop the list of most overrated. Not fans, not media. This was players. And Tyrese Halliburton, pretty overwhelmingly, was the most overrated player in the league. Tyrese Halliburton tonight, 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals, and 0 turnovers. Whatever I have said about the Pacers, that they're front runners, that they're dorky, that they're hard to watch if you're not a fan of them, none of it matters. I'm just some guy. Because you know what they are? What does matter? They're good. They're resilient. And they're getting pretty close to being dominant. Now, they're up 3-1. The Oklahoma City Thunder are up 3-1. That will probably be the finals. Minnesota's still alive. They're playing tomorrow night. New York Knicks still alive. They've got a game at home in a couple of nights. You win that one, maybe go back to Indiana. It's not over. Knicks probably have a little more glimmer of hope than the Thunder or than the Timberwolves do, based on them being the higher seed. But they have to beat this Pacers team 3 times. And right now, they're playing games down to the wire. They're playing games that are close. They're lucky that they weren't swept. They needed a historic fourth quarter from Karl Anthony Towns the other night to just get a Game 5 at home. Again, I can say a lot of things about the Indiana Pacers. I have, and I will. But what I have to say is that they've earned it. They have earned it. This is not a reverse jinx. I do not think the Knicks will come back. I don't know how I could think that. Because the Pacers aren't just, I thought it was fluky. I thought it was fluky against teams that were hurt. But they keep doing it. Over and over. They keep doing it. They keep seeing the other team have a 10-2 run and a big 3. If this 3 goes down, oh man, it's going to be heartbreak. Yeah, somehow they get a steal and then a deuce on the other end and then a missed shot and then a big 3 and it's 4-point lead Pacers once again. It's just there's nothing that you can seemingly do to beat them. If we do get Thunder and Pacers, I'm curious to see how that goes. I'm curious to see how that looks because the Thunder, I think, are the best team. I think they are the best team left. And I think they're better than the Pacers with a bit of a gap. I think I said last week if the Thunder are 10, the Pacers are 7.5. I probably got to put that up to about an 8.5. But there's a gap. There's a gap. But the Pacers seem to know how to win on the fringes, almost Kansas City Chiefs-like. Seem to have all these intangibles. So we'll see how things go down here on Thursday night, and then we'll see, after that, when the next time they'll be playing basketball is. Likely the NBA Finals, you would think. 130 to 121. Indy up 3-1. Mark is in California. Oof. Knicks fan. Take it away, Mark.
Yeah, so Indiana's not better in this series. They're not. If you're watching this series, sorry
to tell you. It's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a while, but you will get there. Look, I never wanted to be here, but you will get there. You gotta just accept that they are.
No. So game 1, we're down 14. We realistically should have won that game. We choked away that game. I'm going to admit that. We choked it away. Game 2, he sits Brunson for 12 minutes in the second quarter. Then he doesn't even play him at all in the fourth. Meanwhile, Karl Anthony Towns goes off and he doesn't use him because his defense is so bad. His defense is still bad, but he scored 20 in game 3 for us to get the win. Meanwhile, he plays Cam Payne, who hasn't played a minute since game 2, right? And so, and even in today's game, he played Shamet and he played Delon Wright for 4 minutes, and Knicks get outscored 12-2. Like, Tibbs is the reason why this team is just continuously giving lackluster performances. And you're going to agree, Bart, that if it happens one time, okay, shame on me. It happens a second time, shame on you. It happens a third and fourth time consistently. Knicks have 49 turnovers in 4 games. That's disgusting. That's not Indiana doing anything better. It's not like they're forcing us into turnovers. It's bad passes. It's bad communication. They can't guard the pick and roll. Like,
I
who
think
cares
everything.
about-
I think everything you're saying is the opposite. I think everything you're
Really?
blaming the Knicks for, you need to give credit to the Pacers for doing. They've got these guys running around in foul trouble. They've got these guys making sloppy plays. They've got these guys overthinking things. They got Tibbs needing to go deep into the bench to find something that works. The Pacers
But
are
he didn't
answering
even go into
every
the bench,
shot.
though. He didn't even listen. Everyone's saying plus and minus. Knicks were outscored, Bart, by 7 points in 2 games. It's not like they're doing anything bad. If you take apart that 20-point loss or 20-point comeback loss from the Pacers, these games have been neck and neck. The point differential is plus 10 Indiana for the entire series. That's not like, wow, Indiana's leaps and bounds better. They're really not. We are just getting into foul trouble early. If you watch today's game, some of the
Because
fouls
of
were
what
like,
the Pacers are doing. Because of
how Josh Hart falls on top of a guy and they call a foul. What is Indiana doing? OG Anunoby gets cutthroated right in the throat. They don't call a foul. Meanwhile, Mikal Bridges turns into Alan Crabb again and takes 4, count them, Bart, 4 step-back threes and misses. Not one.
Take
not
it out
2,
on me.
Not 3, but all 4, dude. Like, but that falls on Tibbs, though. Jalen Brunson didn't get a shot in the 4th at all in the last 3 minutes of the game. Didn't even take a shot. Not a shot. Like, listen, Tibbs is great. Hats off to the Knicks. It's been a fantastic season. But if Dan Hurley comes calling, we need a dude that's going to hold his players accountable. And I'm sorry, just like Matt LaFleur, okay, doesn't hold his guys accountable, okay?
Well, now you're all over the place. Mark, thanks for the call. Sorry for your loss. Dan Hurley, we're this deep down as Knicks fans that we want Dan Hurley. No, Dan Hurley maybe now he's got so much regret for not taking the Lakers job. I think he does, the way that he acted all season. Made it seem like he was pretty bummed out that he missed out on that one. I don't know. Look, I know some of the refereeing down the stretch was not very agreeable by Knicks fans. I did not have my eyes locked in on every single call that was made, so I can't sway with you or lament with you on that one. I can just notice the trend that I've seen that this is a Knicks team that is in foul trouble every night against these guys. And somebody's fouling out, it seems, every night, or getting close to. It's a miracle Brunson and or Towns didn't the other day when they were on 5 fouls each. Look, here's all I'm saying. And the Knicks fans, they should know it too. And I do bring it up. When I bring it up, it's for a reason. The team I like, the Bucks, lost both times. They've played the Pacers the last 2 years. And the first time, I thought it was a fluke. This time, it was pretty easy to realize, they're just better at doing some things than the team I like is. And then against the Cavs, the Cavs won 64 games. You would have never known that watching games 4 and 5. And if this series, hey, the aggregate is 10 points in favor of the Pacers, that just goes back to telling me the Pacers are better at figuring out how to win these games. They're getting it done in crunch time. They're making that extra play. They're making that extra stop. This is the NBA playoffs. Games are going to come down to last-second plays. Games are going to come down to the final 30 seconds. Not every game, not every time. But when they do, the team that wins typically wins because they won, not because the other team did something to lose.
Nice shot!
That's what is that? What's he trying to say?
Not a shot.
Wow. Wow, that's how I sounded on Sunday night. The Pacers win this game 130 to 121. And you'll get there. Look, I'm not someone who's I don't want to be saying these things. I need to stress that. That's how you know they're true. Because I was converted into the Pacers are a good basketball team and not the luckiest group of MFers that I've ever seen in my life. No, they're good. You got to get there. You can blame your coach and blame your players and blame whatever, but you're not losing to scrubs. Pacers a good team. 888-710-4476. We'll be back. It's the Bart Winkler Show.
Clones, listen up. Not all beef jerky is the same. In fact, there are major differences in quality from one brand to the next. Old Trapper is a better way to snack, chock full of good protein to satisfy your manliest hunger cravings. Every bite is better for you and higher in essential protein than chips, sugar-filled energy bars, and candy. Old Trapper in the Clearview bag is the world's finest jerky, made with only the best ingredients. So ask for Old Trapper by name because no other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads. No. T-shirt cannon. I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we know how fast life moves. That's why we have all-in-one banking that lets you keep on banking on. So whether you need our new lightning fast direct deposit setup for a new job, a checking account with ATM refunds and no service fees for everyday spending, or a full picture of your finances, that's all-in-one banking. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Only 29% of the Earth's surface is land, which is not a lot. So if you want to see more of the world, you have to reframe the way you travel. Embark on an expedition cruise with National Geographic Lindblad Expeditions. Learn more alongside seasoned experts sailing aboard small ships made for exploring. Don't just see the world, see it differently. National Geographic Lindblad Expeditions. Visit natgeoexpeditions.com/cruises to learn more.
Play ball! The 15th season of Flying Squirrels Baseball is on the air.
That ball is long, long gone. Wow.
Trey Wilson and Blaine McCormick bring you every pitch of the 2025 season.
The throw from Barracuda is on the money.
Listen to the play-by-play for every game right here. Your exclusive home for Flying Squirrels Baseball. Sports Radio 910 The Fan, 105.1 FM, and always streaming live on the free Odyssey app.
When you're the victim.
Your floor's looking old? The solution? 50 Floor, the ultimate flooring experience. Schedule a free in-home consultation and they'll bring hundreds of samples to your home. They have the highest quality hardwood, carpet, laminate, and luxury vinyl with the best warranties in the industry and a best price match guarantee. Make an appointment today, mention promo code PODCAST, and get 50% off your flooring and materials. Save thousands. Call 877-50-FLOOR or visit online at 50floor.com. That's 50floor.com.
Fans, Baby Ruth, the official candy bar of the Cincinnati Reds, is the go-to fan favorite treat. Before, during, or even after the game. Taste the deliciousness of high-quality dry roasted peanuts, rich caramel, and smooth nougat. There's nothing better than enjoying your favorite game with a classic candy bar. So get your hands on your own Baby Ruth bar today at your local Kroger.
Trading shouldn't have barriers. When Robinhood started, it was built to make trading more accessible. Now, Robinhood offers more sophisticated trading tools. Experience the future of trading on Robinhood Legend, the all-new desktop platform that harnesses intuitive design to deliver a seamless experience for traders. Free to use with a Robinhood account. The future of trading is fast, powerful, and precise. Experience it now on Robinhood Legend. Sign up today. Investing is risky. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, is a registered broker-dealer. Other fees may apply.
As a business owner, it's important to keep your business connected. Spectrum Business is committed to keeping your business online, whenever and wherever you need us, all backed by the Spectrum Commitment. Get fast, reliable internet starting at $40 per month when bundled, or level up your internet speed and get a 3-year price guarantee. Learn how Spectrum Business can help your business stay connected at spectrum.com/business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shaden Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shaden sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shaden is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
Hey, I'm Tank Sinatra here with my co-host,
Investigator Slater.
And together we host the true crime podcast, Psychopedia.
It's true crime infused with comedy.
Making it a crimedy.
Available on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Monty Todd. Hi, it's Bill Drake. Why? Just ask some of Monty's customers that he's helped.
Without a doubt, absolutely. Monty was right on point. He walked us through the entire process. I have no problems recommending Monty to anyone that wants a real professional.
You know, I think his marketing plan and his course of action for us in getting our home ready for the market was right on point, and we sold our home right away.
Absolutely. Monty was wonderful about listening to us and considering what needs we had in a home, and he found us the perfect home.
Every chance I get, Monty has been absolutely amazing to work with. He knows the market values, he has a good eye, he's always spot on, and we walk away from every home that we've sold or bought more than satisfied.
To sell your home or purchase your new dream home, visit MontyToddHomes.com. That's MontyToddHomes.com.
Rebound, Matthews, timeout's out, and the crowd roaring its approval as the Pacers take a 3-1 lead. What I was about to say is this. Matherin's played splendid. He's clearly the Kroger performance of the game. But the Pacers played so well tonight, there are at least others you could discuss.
Pick up the phone and call the Bart Winkler Show. 888-710-4ISN. That's 888-710-4476.
Benedict Mathurin getting praised upon the Pacers radio network. He had 20 points tonight. 10 of 11 from the stripe. 5 of 8 shooting. Tyrese Halliburton, 32 points. Pascal Siakam, 30. But Mathurin off the bench after he's played kind of up and down in the playoffs. In this series, down. Actually, the last handful of games, pretty down. He had 9 points in game 1, nothing in game 2. Didn't play that much in game 3. But they need him tonight. 12 minutes off the pine and got his 20 points. So a nice effort from him. 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476 as the Pacers beat the Knicks 130-121 to win Game 3. I remember Sunday, I bought a mattress. I was trying to figure out what I did this week, and my memory was shot. And then it was my wife and some of her, so there's this group of us, and then we all got kids, and then we all became like friends. And they went out to wine night. And so some of the dads are like, well, we're going to go out too. But we had the kids, so we took them to the restaurant. The service at this place was so bad. It was like one of our favorite spots. But the food came out an hour and a half late. Normally this is like a 15-minute in, and it's just like a bar food. It came out an hour and a half late. The sandwiches weren't right. Some of the food was overcooked. Some of it was undercooked. The wings probably were cooked right away and then just sat there. The situation was so bad that I put $1 in the change machine to let the kids play some pool, and only 3 quarters came out. And at that point, we'd already been like, hey, what's up with the food that I couldn't go complain about the other quarter. But then one of the dads paid, and then we Venmo him that thing. But then the restaurant gave us some discounts, but I didn't factor that in when I was Venmoing the guy. Ay. What a necessary story to tell as I was talking about something else.
Yeah, I'm going to need names, by the way.
Of the restaurant?
Oh, yeah. Blast them.
No, I could never. There was a nice neighborhood little establishment that they took money off. Didn't pay.
You're just worried about Applebee's coming and taking over? They're always in the car looking for at-risk restaurants?
Yeah, they got their head rolling around the Milwaukee burbs, trying to figure out what's up. 888-710-4476. 888-710-4ISN. Eric's in Texas. Talk to me, Eric.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
I knew something was up. You had food poisoning when you were pumping up those Pacers. I knew that wasn't you.
That's AI me. AI me doesn't know. It thinks it likes the Pacers. It thinks the prompt was the Pacers are good.
Hey, I had a question and a comment. My question is, have you ever seen a series like this? I've been watching for years and years and years, and I've never seen a series, excluding NFL because it's only one playoff game, but every other sport, I've never seen a series where there's only one-day breaks. Have you through the whole thing?
No, this does feel different, right? Because there's normally a 3-day break. For them to go every other, I'm glad they're doing it, because otherwise we get nights where there's no games at all. I'm glad they're doing it, but it does feel they must have changed something.
LeBron in that 5-game series, he got 2 3-day breaks, and I'm like, what? We're going every other night? I don't know. It's just weird. And my point is this. Watching the Pacers is like watching the Mavericks. They always started the third quarter cold like that, and then they either lost their lead or they had to play catch-up, and at the end of the game, they were so tired in clutch minutes that if fourth quarter Kyrie didn't come through, then sometimes they didn't win the game. So, I don't know. Just it seems like the Knicks started a lot of quarters slow in the beginning. Did you notice that as well?
Yeah. They're pretty frantic. There's times, and that's like there's times where you think that you're going to beat them. There's times where they go on a bit of a run. There were plenty of times tonight where the Knicks, if you're a Knicks fan, you had to think, okay, if we just get one more stop and a score, but they can't. The Pacers will stand in front of you and not let you into the club. They are as good of that as any team I've seen.
That's very true. Man, it was a tough night, Bart, because Brunson went down and the Dallas Stars went down, so I'm kind of shook. So thanks for letting me vent, bro. Have a good show.
Yeah, sorry about both of that. Eric in Texas giving us a shout here. 888-710-4ISN. The Oilers beating the Stars 4-1. So that series is extended to 3-1 in favor of Edmonton. And you've got them on the western side of the bracket. And then you've got Florida up 3-1 in the eastern side of the bracket. So we're looking in the NHL, at least, that we could have a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup. And both of them came in as 3 seeds, and they don't go 1 through 8. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, with the wild cards and stuff. So Florida and Edmonton getting to this point where it looks like that's going to be the Stanley Cup finals again. I don't think the odds were very high on that. But that does look like what we are going to get. Florida and Carolina, again, able to avoid the sweep. That game will be tomorrow night. And then, the hockey, it's every other. I don't know how the rest of the schedule is going to look, but I hope we don't run into like a couple of days where we don't have some games. So we got to extend these series, or we got to have some games. Marco Belletti on the updates. I know as a Knicks fan, you'd like to extend the series. Would you have Knicks in 7? It's still possible, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
What happened tonight?
I'd love to be able to just kind of if I'm going to pinpoint it on one thing, I'm going to go with turnovers, because the Knicks have just been sloppy through the whole series. There's been a lot of mistakes that they've made, but you can't turn the ball over against a team as high-powered as the Pacers and then have lapses defensively where you give them open shots, because they're going to make shots and they're going to score. That's what they do. What you have to do on the other end of that is to slow it down a little bit and get the points that they give you because they want to push the other way. But you can't do it if you're constantly turning the ball over. And 17 turnovers, it's just sloppy. It gives them no chance to be able to get any momentum. Even when they put together a run, they turn around and they throw the ball away 3 straight times, and the Pacers are out, and next thing you know, you're down by 11. You can't do that kind of stuff against good teams, never mind a team that's as high-powered as Indiana is.
I just feel like, everything that you can pinpoint on the Knicks, and Mark California called in, big Knicks guy. I've been talking to him a bunch. He's blaming Thibodeau. He's blaming the players. He's blaming turnovers. He's blaming, fouls. And I'm at the point where, after watching the Pacers do this now for 2 years, and I'm begrudgingly doing it, but I am doing it, is they deserve some of the credit here. I mean, they are playing nonstop. They are in your face. They're not letting you breathe. They're making you play stupid. They're making you question how you play. I think that, is it the Knicks losing? Is it the Pacers winning? Is it a little of both? I think the Pacers need to get a lot of credit here, because this is a team that, and again, as I've been saying, they stop your momentum better than any team that I've ever seen in probably a long time.
They're dictating the pace. And you're right that they deserve a ton of credit. And I was slow to give it to them, too. I thought that they were good. I did.
Because you can't believe it. Because they keep doing it. You can't believe it. It's got to be a fluke.
No, because there's no defense involved. Where it's just straight offense, you're like, you play them long enough and you know how to be able to slow them down. And then they don't play a lick of defense on the other side. So you figure out, well, you're going to score. Then eventually you're going to slow them down and you'll win the game. But they play at such a high level of intensity throughout the 48 minutes that even when you get a chance to be able to kind of claw your way back into it, you're exhausted because you've been running up and down the floor with them, and they're more than happy to do that. They don't run out of gas. They have enough depth and they have enough guys that are interchangeable that they never run out of gas. It's not just, well, when Halliburton's not on the floor, you got to take advantage of those 5 minutes, and then they're minus 12. They're not. There's so many guys that can not only knock down the three, but they can keep the pace. McConnell is such a pain in the ass to everybody he faces, but it's not just him. It's everybody. There's the Neesmith. There's the Mather. There's so many guys that every night you're like, what? How does this guy wind up with 12 points? How did this guy wind up knocking down 4 threes? There are so many weapons that I guess you kind of get lost in it, because when you boil it down and you go to individual talent, it's not great. And offensively on the half court, they're not that good. Let's be fair. I mean, other than Siakam and Halliburton, they don't really know how to get their own shot off. But they don't have to, because they play so quick, and they're more than happy to give you easy points or easy shots as long as they get 2 or 3 on the other side of it. And that's usually not a good recipe for playoff basketball, but damn if they don't make it work. And it's a lot of it's got to do with their conditioning and their ability to get up and down. And because there's so much depth of so many different guys that do the same thing, that it's interchangeable and you run out of gas.
I think it would be great to be a Pacers fan, knowing that this is how other teams feel about you, because when you get into the playoffs and you face a team, 5, 6, 7 games, the other team will start to annoy you. Even if you thought like, oh, I like Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam, they're good players. By the 5th or 6th game, you hate these people because how they're doing what they're doing on you. And you're right, with the Pacers, it's like in the playoffs, every team's got their TJ McConnell. But, that one guy that like cuts at you. But the Pacers have like 4 or 5 of them just with different names. Yeah. And then their best guy, Tyrese Halliburton, is also one of those guys. But then he's like the best, and he doesn't miss. No turnovers tonight. Incredible stat line. Being overrated is fuel to the fire. Thanks, NBA anonymous survey. It's a frustrating team to lose to, and that's why I'm not going to fight it anymore. And I'm just going to say, you know what? They give them their flowers. They're a good team. Sorry.
Look, all of this, and I can't tell you how good the Pacers have been, and they deserve every part of this. And I realize what I'm about to say. Some Knicks fans or some fans in general will look at me and be like, what are you talking about? The only reason you're still involved in this series, you didn't get swept, was because of Karl Anthony Towns. That is true. His ability in the fourth quarter in Game 3 is the reason why the Knicks actually have a win in this series. Other than Karl Anthony Towns, they wouldn't. However, if he was actually the player he was supposed to be, the Knicks would be winning this series going away. He is so frustrating and is so difficult to watch on a nightly basis because at 7'2", this guy can get any shot that he wants at any point in time. And he is so soft and he is so out of control to the rim. He gets no calls because he's so out of control, and he's so soft and so dumb that he commits fouls by the timeline on setting a pick, and he winds up on the bench for 10 minutes at a stretch. He should be the reason why the Knicks are an impossibility to match up with, and instead, he's a guy with empty stats at the end of the night. And it is so frustrating. It's not something I didn't understand all year long, but I really have grown to loathe Karl Anthony Towns through these playoffs because you cannot win when
your own guy.
When your big man is wanting to play out by the three-point line. I can even live with that. But when you drive, you can get anything you want. And instead, you're out of control complaining about fouls that aren't committed because you're hooking arms. It makes me nuts because he should be able to be the equalizer. Not only the equalizer, he should be the guy that stands out head and shoulders. Who the hell is going to guard Karl Anthony Towns when he wants a bucket? Nobody on the planet, never mind anybody on the Pacers. And instead, you get empty stats, 24 and 12, but he was invisible all night. Makes me nuts. Makes me nuts.
Well, Game 5's at home. You pick that up, win Game 6. I mean, there's unlikelier things that have happened in this world.
You can all convince yourselves of all of this. I got to be fair. After Game 1, I took this whole series and flushed it because I just didn't believe in my heart of hearts, in my gut, that the Knicks were going to come back from it. I would say Game 5 is 50-50 at best for the Knicks to be able to go back to Indiana and they get run out of town because there is no way that they're coming back in this series. They'd be lucky to not get eliminated on their home floor, because I'm kind of assuming that's going to be the case on Thursday night, and I'll be on DVR slow watching this painful bleed. But I got a feeling that's going to be the case as I watch my son's spring concert instead. But yes, no, yeah, I won't be here Thursday.
So you're gonna not know what's going on. You're gonna come home and watch it without knowing.
Yes. I can't do the one. I'm not going to watch it on my phone while my son's doing a spring concert.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
And I can't look at the score and be like, oh, well, I'll watch it after it's over. If I see that the Knicks are down 12, you really think I'm going to watch it the same way? I can't.
No.
So it's either watch it on DVR or not really watch it. I got to watch it. So I'm going to see it on DVR, and I'll watch it at the end, probably around midnight. When everyone else knows the Pacers have already been celebrating because they won at the Garden, and Tyrese Halliburton's on the table, and he's doing the choke sign and whatever else he wants to do with Reggie Miller as they wind up becoming Degeneration X on the table with Triple H there. Whatever they're going to do, I'll find out 3 hours afterwards when I catch up on DVR.
Well, good luck there and at the concert. Good luck to both things. And I can't wait to talk to you about how that all goes down later in the week. 888-710-4ISN. 888-710-4476. Here he is, Marco Belletti.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
Now, Pacers looking for a stranglehold on the series, and it was Tyrese Halliburton that led the charge.
Near corner McConnell, back to top and right edge, on top to Halliburton. Here comes a long three.
Make them pay for it. They don't read the ball screen right, and he just lets it fly.
From dead on, he was right up against the logo at center.
32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists for Halliburton as the Pacers dismissed the Knicks 130-121. Call courtesy of the Pacers Radio Network. Pascal Siakam poured in 30, while Benedict Mathurin added 20 off the bench. Jalen Brunson led the Knicks with 31. Karl Anthony Towns, 24 and 12 rebounds. Pacers up 3-1. Edmonton overpowered the Stars 4-1. Corey Perry with your go-ahead in the second. Leon Draisaitl is 7th in the playoffs. Stuart Skinner, 28 saves. Edmonton up 3-1. Still nothing new on the Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers front, but you can count Terry Bradshaw out on it for Pittsburgh. This courtesy of 103.7 The Buzz in Arkansas.
That is just, to me, is a joke. What are you going to do, bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? I mean,
that's not the Steelers' way, right?
No, man, that guy needs to stay in California and go, somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there.
100%.
Taking a look at baseball, you got the Yankees in front of the Angels, 3-0. They're in the 7th. Padres a 7-6 lead on the Marlins in the 6th. Diamondbacks 6, Pirates 2. They're in the 7th. Mariners all over the Nationals 7-1 in the 8th. Everything else done is Shohei Ohtani at it again for the Dodgers.
He swings, hits a high fly ball to left and deep. Kwan going back. He's to the track. He looks up. That ball's gone. A home run. It's number 20 for Ohtani.
Third straight game with a homer. 20th here for Shohei Ohtani. Max Muncy, Michael Conforto also went yard. Dodgers too much for the Guardians 9-5. Call courtesy Dodgers Radio Network. Rest of your scores: Christian Yelich, a walk-off grand slam. The Brewers outlast the Red Sox 5-1-10. Rangers blank the Blue Jays 2-0. Astros ripped the A's 11-1. Jose Altuve went deep twice. Tigers head on the Giants 3-1. Jack Flaherty 6 scoreless, 8 Ks. Phillies shut out the Braves 2-0. Cubs survived the Rockies 4-3-11. Reds overpowered the Royals 7-2. Ellie De La Cruz homer twice. Mets out of the White Sox 6-4. 6-4. Cardinals dispose of the Orioles 7-4, and the Twins double the Rays 4-2. I'm Marco Belletti.
This is Rich Eisen. The Infinity Sports Network is on your smart speaker. Just say, play the Infinity Sports Network for the best in sports talk and entertainment.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or in third-party delivery platforms.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Spend your afternoons with Adam Epstein.
In Adam, I think we have the right leader.
Quick pass, run. Quick pass, run. Play action off of that. Take your deep shot.
He's a winner.
AWOD Radio.
He's made an incredible impact everywhere he's been.
What would the ultimate pregame look like? Where's the beer pong gonna be? Where's the twerk sesh?
On Sports Radio 910 The Fan and 105.1 FM.
Gentlemen, your floor's looking old? The solution? 50 Floor, the ultimate flooring experience. Schedule a free in-home consultation and they'll bring hundreds of samples to your home. They have the highest quality hardwood, carpet, laminate, and luxury vinyl with the best warranties in the industry and a best price match guarantee. Make an appointment today, mention promo code PODCAST, and get 50% off your flooring and materials. Save thousands. Call 877-50-FLOOR or visit online at 50floor.com. That's 50floor.com.
Fans, Baby Ruth, the official candy bar of the Cincinnati Reds, is the go-to fan favorite treat before, during, or even after the game. Taste the deliciousness of high-quality dry roasted peanuts, rich caramel, and smooth nougat. There's nothing better than enjoying your favorite game with a classic candy bar. So get your hands on your own Baby Ruth bar today at your local Kroger.
Trading shouldn't have barriers. When Robinhood started, it was built to make trading more accessible. Now, Robinhood offers more sophisticated trading tools. Experience the future of trading on Robinhood Legend, the all-new desktop platform that harnesses intuitive design to deliver a seamless experience for traders. Free to use with a Robinhood account. The future of trading is fast, powerful, and precise. Experience it now on Robinhood Legend. Sign up today. Investing is risky. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, is a registered broker-dealer. Other fees may apply.
Every 36 seconds, a vehicle is stolen in the United States. You have the power to protect your car. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows completely, and always lock your doors and take your keys or fob. If you know something about a vehicle theft, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB.
4ISN. That's 888-710-4476. Here's Bart.
It is the Bart Winkler Show on the Infinity Sports Network. Good to be with you on this Tuesday night as we carry you over throughout the night into your Wednesday. Tuesday night is when we hand out our Defensive Player of the Week, which is brought to you by the Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly celebrating all who go above and beyond during Military Appreciation Month. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Their members are the mission. I'm just going to give it to Tyrese Halliburton. I'm going to say it's Tyrese Halliburton, and then I'm going to justify it later. He had 4 steals tonight. That's pretty good. Miles Turner with 3 blocks. Tyrese Halliburton, they say the best defense is a good offense. They actually don't say that. But for Tyrese it was, because he turned the ball over 0 times. 0 times. His complete stat line, 32 points, 15 assists, 12 boards. I forget if he had 20, 21 points. He had a good amount of points in the first half and was 9-9 after that, rebounds and assists. He almost had a triple-double in the first. 38 minutes of play, not a turnover, and still getting it done at the defensive end with the 4 steals. Okay? So a really good night for Tyrese and a really good night for the Pacers. And because of that, he is our Defensive Player of the Week. Thanks again to our friends at the Navy Federal Credit Union. I said Navy. That was a combination that now is. I'm like that guy in Bruce Almighty. Are
you serious?
I'll get there. Look, it's my first day. It's my first day. Okay. It's my first day. I'm trying my best. There's going to be mistakes. It's quite literally the first time I've ever done a show. NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Their members are the mission. You got any hot takes on this game? Not to put you on the spot, Carlos, but
hot takes? No, I mean, I think we underrated
Pacers?
the Pacers. That's what happened. I think we, as a collective sports world, completely undervalued what the Pacers are. And Thunder Pacers, the only thing that's going to be positive about it, assuming they both win and close out their series, is someone will be an NBA champion for the first time. Although, for the Thunder, that's technically not true. They have a title in their franchise, right, when they're back in Seattle?
They do, but they lose it if there's a Sonics team, so they don't really acknowledge it. They don't put the little gold thing on the back of their jersey.
Okay. All right, so then it's fair to say we'll get a first-time champion.
Yeah, we're going to get a first-time champion. It does look that way. Again, there's maybe a little bit of a sliver of hope for the Knicks, but
I don't know.
I mean, if they're gonna win games, it's gonna come down to the wire. If they're gonna come down to the wire, the Pacers have proven that they can win those games.
You wanted a hot take, and this is not manufactured. This is just kind of me sitting on it the last couple seconds. I thought if the Pacers wind up sweeping the Knicks, this was coming off of the heels of Game 1 and in the manner in which they did, and the Knicks absolutely choking away. I said if the only way that Thibodeau is going to get fired is if they get swept. I actually think if it's a gentleman's sweep, he still gets canned.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to say or think, but then you realize that there's coaches that have won titles that get fired.
Yeah,
like
Mike Malone's literally available right now. Now, I don't know if that's the guy that they would go get, but instantly, this Knicks job becomes more attractive than it ever has looked in the last 25 years.
He's been there. This is his 5th year, and this is the first time that they've been in the conference finals with him. Technically, they are sort of improving. The first year, they got to the playoffs, lost in the first round, then missed the playoffs by a few games, but then conference semifinals 2 years and now conference finals. So you look at, there's some ascension there. He's improving a little bit, but there's also like Tom Thibodeau has been in places where it's like, okay, We see what he does. 5 years in Chicago, and there was success there. Conference finals, first round, conference semis, first round, conference semis, and they were winning 50 games a season. But then you get to a point where it's like,